Hi everyone, and welcome to Thursday night activity night. Every Thursday we have some special guests on who are experts in their field, and they show us some cool developmental activities. And today we have Miss Cutler on, and she is an art teacher, and she's here to show us some pretty cool activities to do with our preschoolers around art. So would you like to introduce yourself and then show us some of those activities?
And my name is Miss Cutler, and I am with Smart Art Kids, and I have taught for over 7 years. So it's not 4 years as art teacher and 3 years as regular general ed. And I have some great, so I kind of know what preschool kids need to be doing when they get into kindergarten, first grade. So I have this wonderful activities that are simple that can help your kids get there.
Yeah, we love that. Yeah. So let's just start. Let's look at the activities now, and then we can talk more about, what else you offer after. So what do you have with you?
I'm going to switch it so you guys can see the overhead.
Okay. Coming back in a minute with that art teacher who's going to show us some super cool art activities for our
Sorry.
Okay,
I thought
great.
it'd be easier to see.
Yeah, they're great. Okay. And I know you said you were going to do a lot on shapes today and teach our kids how to make shapes.
Yes.
Yeah. That's perfect.
I love this. I love technology,
Yep.
Sometimes. Okay. So some of the things I have are your normal everyday items like cups and boxes and little jar tops.
Yeah.
And these are great little things to kind of introduce kids with shapes.
Okay.
Because they identify the shapes with tangible objects.
Okay.
You can have simple stuff like old candy containers.
Right.
Anything that you don't mind having crayon around, a great shape to use. You can also introduce saying like this is a circle. You can work with this is a larger circle than this one. We got a small square. You can even use the crayon boxes to show different that they're rectangles. What you can also do, I like doing. You get pipe cleaner.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
You made the shapes
out of too. I love that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's great too because that's where they learn a lot of the dexterity with their hands and
right.
You can
and using two hands together.
Mm-hmm.
I'm showing them right now on the screen. I made a triangle. I had to use both of my hands and to bend and everything. So yeah.
And you can even do that with the box. You can have them bend around the box if you want. If you have one of those kids that has to be perfect.
Right.
We always have one of those.
Right. They kind of go around or even the circles. Like a cup and going around the circles.
Exactly. And so what you can do is to also help you get a piece of paper and you can get a crayon. And we all have cups, right? Little kid cups work.
Right.
We're going to make like a little flower using our cups.
Okay.
And we can make a little skinny pipe cleaner rectangle for the stem.
Okay.
Or if you want to use your circles you just did with your pipe cleaner, that works just fine.
Okay.
So what you want to do is you want them to make sure they're holding their crayon correct.
Uh-huh.
And to do that, you do actually sign language for no. You have two fingers together and your
Yeah.
thumb, and it kind of looks like you're eating. And your fingers, the crayon goes in between your fingers and your thumb. This is just one way. There's always other ways. If like this, that's the wrong way. You'll see a lot of kids that try and
yeah, you see a lot of kids sometimes, especially at this age, that they're like fisted grasp when really
yes.
you want to teach them, how to.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like the alligator.
Yeah.
And so doing that too, you're also teaching them to do it to write at an angle instead of straight up and down, like you were saying.
Right.
So you have them hold their hand on one side of the paper or of the object. And I'm actually going to use the little cup here. So they're going to go around. And this, by moving the your crayon around, you got to remind them that the crayon is actually touching, going along the edge.
Uh-huh.
And that also helps them so they can make sure that they're, when we start getting into older, when you get into like kindergarten, you have to like trace. Having that there, they understand that they can't just do willy-nillies around, that they have to actually
they actually have to
around it.
Object.
Yes.
Okay.
And so what you're going to do is you're going to move your circle around so they kind of overlap. And then we're going to try it again. And this is the little trick you got to learn, that you go from underneath. You got to twist it around, or you can help them by holding the cup down or their item down, so that they don't have to try and move their hands around.
Right.
And
it's hard to hold. It's hard to hold something and trace around it at the same time. So having a little extra support, from somebody else would be helpful.
I know at school we have little buddies that do that if they need help.
Oh, good.
Their buddy friend goes around.
Yeah.
And so I'm just gonna keep going around until I make kind of like a flower shape.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do a circle in the middle. Actually, I'm going to do a smaller circle, so I'm going to turn it upside down. I'm going to do a different color. Might help to have little different, some different colors in here. I'm going to do like a yellow center. So we know where the center of our flower is.
Okay. Perfect.
And then you're going to do your stem. If you just want them to trace down the sides of your pipe cleaner, you can. If you want them to make funny little like leaves, it's on them. It's just bending them together.
Right.
And holding it, and then you can make the leaf shape.
Here. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect.
Cool. Now the fun part, once you get, sorry.
No, that's good. I was just doing it. Yeah. Good.
You're having the fun part. Fun with the pipe cleaner, and I love doing that too. But
yeah, so you can do it like this too if you want them to trace.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And now after you trace. Now it's the fun part where you get to color. Now, when you color, you're going to try, and I know it's not always the easiest, that we're going to try and color just in our circles. And the best way is to color in little small circles, because when they get closer to the edge, if you're coloring straight, they go over the edge. If you're doing small circles, it's easier for them not to go over the edge.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And if you, so they color one circle, one color.
Okay.
And you just keep going. What I like to do and to teach with the little kids is do small circles at the edge of ours. And then you can go and do your big circles.
Oh, okay.
Fun.
Yeah.
That way they don't take so much time. The ones that obviously the little perfectionists.
Right.
I love those ones. Their pictures always turned out so cute.
And then they get all upset when they do something wrong. And
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then you could just keep going with different colors. What we're also doing with this is we're learning about color mixing. We're going to be overlapping colors.
Okay.
And
if you start with small ones and then make them big.
And if you really want to, you can stick with the primary colors, the red, the yellow, and blue, because when you get into kindergarten, those are the 3 colors that you need to identify, especially in art with mixing. Okay.
So we're looking at, I'll just pull those out so people can see. So red.
Yes, red.
3. Red, yellow, and blue.
Yes.
And so those are the ones that we want to do. So have you ever done it where the kids painted in the circles?
Yes.
I
have
really see the mixture of colors with that.
Yes. And there was a great little tip I have. Those flat containers, they're like under the bed containers. They're just small and flat.
Yeah.
If you put your paper inside that with their little paint, they keep the paint. They keep the paint in there, and it's less mess for you.
Yeah. Something like this.
Yes.
Yeah, like a cookie sheet or something. Yeah.
I love that. Also, if I'm a real big thing on not making a mess. I have a very small classroom and a lot of kids, so I have to be super duper organized. But that's one thing I love doing with little kids is having those. Another little trick that I love doing this in my art classroom especially with my kindergartners and some of my young nieces and nephews. I take 2 large sheets of paper and tape them together. And that would be a placemat. So then you put the paper on top of it.
Okay.
With like the paint on the side. So if like paint falls over, it doesn't mess up your table. It's when you're done, you could just throw the mat away and go.
That's a great tip.
The other cool thing I like is just regular placemats work too. So just keep going. I love incorporating a lot of like videos about song, simple videos about like colors and shapes. The kids all love it, because it's a break from their normal teaching the classes and
right. Any good shape songs?
Oh goodness. I do. I just drew a blank on there. Was it Sound Garden, Secret Garden? Oh goodness. Oh no. I have one where these little shapes pop up
Uh-huh.
and they tell you what the shape is. So there's a little circle and it pops up.
Um,
And at the very end, they actually have like a little bunny and a banana that pops up, and you kind of, instead of a shape.
uh-huh.
I know my little niece that is, I think she's 2.
Mm-hmm.
I have 17 nieces and nephews, so
Wow.
yeah.
You got a lot of practice with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys are watching and you have little kids and they want to join in, you're welcome to do this with us while we're coloring.
Yep. And I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I made a lot of circles, so I'm gonna try and hurry here. And as you can see right here with the yellow and the blue, when you're mixing it, it shows the green, and you can't
Oh.
really see here a little bit,
Uh-huh.
but it's making orange. You could definitely do this with color pencils if you want. If you use color pencils, you'll see the change in color, the mixing, a lot better
Oh,
than
okay.
just crayons.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yes.
Yeah, colored pencils, especially like if you have I would say even 3-year-olds, if you really show them how to be gentle with them, the older 3s could probably start with colored pencils.
Yes. And I
Yeah.
think they
And then
have some new colored pencils that they're triangle and they're a little bit larger
oh,
for
neat.
the younger kids. I've seen
Oh,
about, yeah. I'm always on the
that
lookout
would be
for
really
cool
fun.
stuff for little kids.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, I see the difference in the colors now.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. I can put on
Yeah. I usually dump out all my crayons because I'm one of those ones that like, okay, well, I like this red better than that red.
Yeah, lots of options.
Yes. I'm going to do this one red so we can see the orange. And if you look right here, you can kind of see the purple that it's making. And this will make the red a little bit darker here. I mean, if you don't want to make like flowers, like here, you can use little boxes and what you're making the triangles. We can make little houses.
Oh, cute.
Or if you want to do 2 triangles and then a small top, you can kind of make a little castle.
Oh, fun.
If you do
All sorts of stuff with shapes. Huh?
Oh, yes. And
Yeah.
like pipe cleaner is really fun, like you're saying, because you really do get to
Yeah, you can really do whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You can make a little present.
Yes.
So I was going to try to make my. Let me see if I can do it. Yeah, like a little square and then a little bow. I don't know. I make it up as I go, guys. So.
Or like a Minnie Mouse-ish.
That looks like a bunny wrapping. There we go. I made
there.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I never thought about using pipe cleaners before as kind of tracing objects. But yeah, that was a great because it gives the kids the ability to create their own shape and then decide what it's actually going to be.
Mm-hmm. It helps with them so they don't get as frustrated because they can't make that shape that they want.
Right.
I'm just going to do a really quick little circle in the
Instead of
center here.
hand you something and say you do it, which is what we hear a lot. You do it for me. Well, this is a good way to get them to do it on their own.
Yes.
And their fine motor skills, I mean, to do this really supports fine motor development. So that is so cool.
Absolutely. And you just you can even talk about how going from the top of the flower to the the bottom is a vertical line, and vertical lines are up and down.
Bring in more vocabulary.
And just, I mean, if they want to add little extras like doing little grass, it's showing, you could say these are patterns because you are using the same over and over again. If they want to just do a small, let's just make a, we'll just use this and make it like a small sun. Just kind of go in the center. Now, yellow is not the easiest color to see.
Yeah, I can see it. We can see it. Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
So that's a quick little project. There's lots of different options you could do depending on what your child likes and what you have at home. Toys are great because they come in the little kids like sizes, and they're good for the size of their hands. But just practicing holding the crayons and holding other objects down will help, especially when you start writing. Writing their names and everything. So
rewriting skills, definitely.
Yes.
All of this helps. So you said you can, so it sounds like you have a lot of ideas for what you can do with shapes. So we're just using shapes of stuff we found all around the house, like a cup, or even, if you have like a small washcloth, you can fold it in half again, or even make a triangle out of it. Anything really that the kids can trace to make a shape. So so that's great. You can do that at school. I can see doing this at home. I can see also doing this in like a small group or as a big group project outside where all the kids color their own circle, but then you make a whole group photo that you can kind of hang up in the classroom also.
Yes. And if you just one little extra thing, if you wanted to, I'm always hey, you could do one more thing. Yeah. If you wanted to take that pipe cleaner and go around and glue them down for every little shape. You can just a little extra if you wanted to go above and beyond. You can make the little flowers out of it. Should have had one of those done, but
you're getting three-dimensional now with
yes.
That's a great idea. Good. Well, do you want to come back on and talk to us more about your classes?
Sure.
And let's see. Reconnect with her so she can tell us a little bit more about. She's got some awesome preschool classes. So here, I'm going to add you in. There you go.
Hi. It's nice to see you guys.
So do you want to tell us a little bit more about what you do as far as the classes you run?
Well, what I do is I teach art to elementary kids, and some classes actually can go to preschool. Okay. I teach them educationally. So we teach a little bit about the subject matter, like with my alligator here, a crocodile. We talked about what crocodiles were like in the Nile before we started doing our project. Okay. That's what I do with my classes at the public school I work for. And I love adding that little extra in there. Yeah. My classes are recorded on demand, and it's guided. So you can just turn the computer on, have the supplies right there, push play, and go take a little break for like 40 minutes, really.
Right now, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Great.
And I do some live classes because I like to interact with the kids, having them show their artwork, and it helps me too, so I can help guide them in the right direction. But I do a lot of classes from watercolor painting to a lot of construction paper, because I think more people, especially now with COVID,
Right.
have more access to construction paper than paint.
Yes. That
and
is true.
So I just love incorporating like
Yeah.
my name's Smart Art Kids, so trying to help them get a little bit smarter
Yeah.
with the art.
Project. Yeah. So if they wanted to learn, so you have classes for preschoolers, right? And then all the way up through how old?
13.
13.
13.
So yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So all different ages. So if you have multiple age kids at home,
Mm-hmm.
just find something for everybody and me, because now I want to go play with pipecleaners.
That's the funniest thing, because parents, I have some parents that see what the kids are doing and they sit down and want to participate.
Right.
What's good too is that each of these classes are geared for specific age groups or their skill levels.
Right.
And so what I want to do is I want to get you from that preschool, kindergarten, all the way up to my 13-year-olds. So it's all in stages, but each month it's a membership. So each month you get some new classes. And you also get all of the classes that were already done. So you start off with tons to choose from.
Yeah, that's great. Well, thank you for coming on. We appreciate it and your time. And for those of you guys who are just jumping on, I am going to post the link to your Facebook page and maybe your website too, so people can go over and see it. And then if you want more information, you can come back. I'll have her come back and answer questions if you guys have questions. But we want to thank you for coming on and showing this to us. These are great ideas. Now my circle's into 3, you know. I've been playing with them since this is These are great for calming down, by the way.
Yes, they are.
Awesome.
If you add little beads to them.
Yeah.
That's too. Yeah. But thank you so much for letting me come and let me meet everyone that's part of your group. I'm just really excited about this.
Yeah, we're so excited. Well, we'll come back another day and show us something new. That'd be really fun.
I will.
All right.
All right. Bye.